Factor and probable cause.
Yeah, it's working.
This is not another boring podcast. Mustafa through the police body cam. Judge Carol Weimer under the microscope. I want to thank Dr. Talar for being here. Dr. Talar, thank you for being on this podcast. We're on YouTube under Not Another Boring Podcast. We're on TikTok under Not Another Boring Podcast. We're on this platform. We're on this page. I want to thank Mohammed for being here. Yes, sir. Allah
How are you?
Yeah. And then
الحمد لله الله يسلمك شلون الصحة؟
I want to thank my beautiful mother for being here. الله يسلمك استاذ دكتور الله يسلمك نسألك الدعاء دكتور thank you for being here. You're a very important part of the conversation. This county is doing what they're doing to Mustafa and the family because they think that the media is in their pocket. الإعلام بيدهم يفكروا الإعلام بيدهم عائلة عربية an Arab family and no one is gonna see or watch what they're doing to Mustafa. Dr. Talar, you're a very important part of this conversation because with you being here and with other individuals being here, a good amount of light is being shed on this case. A good amount of light is being shed on this county. That this county cannot just do whatever they want. They have to follow the law. So we have body cams, we have documents, we have evidence that they falsified every police report in the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. The vehicle, this is a vehicle accident, and they've turned into something else. We have evidence that this is a vehicle accident. Mustafa lost his family in this vehicle accident. Yes, sir.
Like, if you eat it, you're gonna turn to a popcorn. Yeah.
If you want to give me the stand, if you want to put it against the wall so I can put the... We have a CCTV video from inside the jail where they beat Mustafa. 6 giant correctional officers enter Mustafa's cell only to take out a Mustafa that's handcuffed behind his back, unconscious. Muhammad Ali. Mustafa is unconscious, handcuffed behind his back. He's unconscious and he's being airlifted by guards. And one of the guards hits him on the head and kicks him while he's unconscious. This is a video. This is a video from inside the jail. For 2 years, they said nothing happened to your brother.
And they sealed that video. They concealed it.
They concealed that video.
They told us nothing happened, and you're not entitled to the video.
Eating?
It wasn't until Elaine Jarvis got this video and released it.
Problem for Jill, okay? Have big problem for Jill. Mustafa see that some that body for cab, okay? Killing for one man black, okay? One black that, okay? C for killing that police, okay? After that police need a problem for Mustafa. What do you talk for everybody that تكلم اشرح
الله يسلمك استاذ.
وانا انزل مستمع.
الله يسلمك استاذ.
I think he's talking about the Juan Campos.
Juan Campos. There we not only have Mustafa's file. I have other files in this county that this county engaged in police misconduct. One of the files that we have is an 18-year-old. 18-year-old Juan Campos was found unresponsive on March 28 of 2024. Just this last year. 9 days into his incarceration. 9 days. 9 days into his incarceration, and to him being in jail, this 18-year-old was found unalived inside our county jail. Now, keep in mind, this is a pre-trial detainee. He didn't have his day in court. He's waiting for his day in court. He's innocent until proven guilty. This 18-year-old did not have his day in court, was found unresponsive in our county jail. An inmate, I have inmates that reached out that said, we saw inmates across from this 18-year-old saw that this 18-year-old was unalived on the hand of a correctional officer. Correctional officer Eric Lindsay. Now, you expect a proper investigation. You expect justice would be served. Instead, you can't FOIA the body cams. You can't FOIA the documents. You can't ask them to provide you any information about this case, and they sealed all of it. The same way they sealed off Mustafa's case. This inmate was unalived on the hand of a correctional officer, an 18-year-old. Now, Mustafa's case, they said nothing happened to Mustafa. Mustafa is not an isolated case in our county. We have another file. A black woman unalived by the police. But that's not what they're telling the media. This happened on April 5th, 2023.
You're talking about
Tatiana David. Tatiana David. The police department tell the community through the media, they tell the community that we found Tatiana David outside the vehicle with a gunshot wound, insinuating that her partner is the one that unalived her. We have the body cam where that's not true.
Now, at the time, her brother, who's from New York,
Who's estranged to his sister. He doesn't know anything about his sister.
he stated that
He's estranged from his sister.
He said he went to the Commonwealth Attorney,
Yeah.
Amy Ashworth, and was asking questions. Number one, why is the vehicle riddled with bullets?
Over 50 AR bullet hole is rolled into that vehicle.
He said they told him his sister was caught in the crossfire, but why is the vehicle riddled with, like, the entire vehicle is
They
full
said
of bullet holes?
exactly. They said this was an abductee. That supposedly her partner abducted her. Apparently, they said that her partner abducted her. This is the story, right? This is the official story that's coming out of the newspaper.
I mean, the problem with this.
Why would you put 50 bullet into an abductee vehicle?
You know, the problem with Tatiana David is that the media and the police work together to put out this narrative that they followed policies, they followed procedure, and that Tatiana David was a victim of an abduction, and that she just so happened to be caught in the crossfire.
That she came outside from outside the vehicle.
That she had lost her life outside the vehicle. Now, the Commonwealth Attorney puts out this narrative, the media runs with it, and they seal off all videos. So you have to take the Commonwealth Attorney's word for it. I mean, just the other couple of weeks ago, my mom and I went to the U.S. Attorney's office in the Eastern District of Virginia, and we asked to speak to someone at the U.S. Attorney's office. We asked to speak to whoever's in charge, and two people came down, and they sat down with me for almost 2 hours.
Specifically from the homicide unit.
From the homicide unit. And I said, I have a body cam where police took the life of a woman and they lied about it on the media. I have the video, okay? I have the video on my phone, and I'm here to share it with you. And, you know, they sat down, they listened, they took notes, and they're looking at this video. The video clearly shows police taking the life of a woman and then lying about it.
And we supplied that individual with the homicide unit with the body cam.
Now, they didn't take the video. They did not take the video. They said, because this is sealed, we're not really supposed to be watching it. And it wasn't until I told them that this is already published to social media. This is already on social media.
It's no longer sealed.
And I told them that it's on social media because one of the Prince William County Board of Supervisors told me to post it to YouTube. because I went to the Board of Supervisors prior to this video being public. And I talked to one of the Board of Supervisors specifically. I contacted her by phone. She said, come to my office. And this was on a Friday. She said, come to my office on Monday. And by the time Monday came around, this Board of Supervisor individual told me that she no longer has time to sit down with me. I went to the office anyways. I went to her office and I requested to sit down with her. I said, all I want from you is 5 minutes. I have a body cam of a crime being committed by individuals wearing a badge, okay? And they lied about it on the media. I want to give you this video. You as Board of Supervisor have some kind of authority, okay, to initiate an investigation, to look into what's going on. I'm just an ordinary citizen, but you as Board of Supervisor for Prince William County, you have some authority, you have some connection to begin a homicide investigation, okay? She doesn't want to watch the video. She said, I don't want to watch it. I mean, after you describing what's on this video, I don't want to watch it. Okay? But she said, go ahead and post it to social media. And she said, post it to social media. And the community is going to apply enough pressure for the appropriate action to take place. Whatever that is. You know, I don't know what she's expecting when we post it to social media. Well, it's on social media.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. The U.S. Attorney's Office, 2 federal prosecutors looked at this video. They sat there for 2 hours with me, and they looked at this video. They took notes, and they said that they were going to be in contact with me, take care of it. I don't know what they were going to do, okay? But it's their job to look into this type of these types of allegations.
Now,
this is their corner.
Yeah. Now, what the video show, what the body cam, what the police body cam show, the body cam that I put on the internet. Now, the body cam show that the police lied. The police flat out lied. They did not find Tatiana David body outside the vehicle. No, they shot this vehicle, put 50 bullets into this vehicle, and mind you, what they're saying, this is an abductee. Why would you put 50 AR-15 bullet hole into that vehicle? And what the video with the body cam show, the police body cam, is they're rolling around her body like a pretzel inside the vehicle. They drag her from inside the vehicle, reposition her somewhere else. By the way, she's already unalived. Her body is riddled with AR-15 bullet hole from the police. They drag her body, put her somewhere else. They take her partner. They drag him from inside the vehicle, put him somewhere else, and they say to the news, we found them outside the vehicle. This is a cover-up.
And you know
they've lied.
You know what's troubling in that
This
video?
is a disturbing video.
You know what's troubling in
that
that
the
video?
police unalive a black woman.
What's troubling is you have Prince William County officers like Casey Fines who are laughing and joking about this woman losing her life. I mean, she's probably like, I want to say maybe 6 feet away from where he's standing. And he's sitting there looking at the body with a group of officers. And he's laughing about it. He's joking about it.
Well, he's comfortable because the Commonwealth Attorney is going to seal those body cams. Those body cams are not going to come out to the community. He's comfortable.
I mean, he looked very comfortable, laughing and joking about a woman that just lost her life. Laughing. Okay?
By the way, Dr. Talar, this is the same police officer that's joking and laughing on the scene when Mustafa was in a coma in front of his vehicle. And lied about Mustafa on the body cam, the same police officer.
He's laughing at the scene of Mustafa's accident after finding out that Dorothy had lost her life, that the child Empress was taken through ambulance to the ICU, to Fairfax, and he's laughing with Robert Drum, Investigator Drum, and he's saying that this is probably drug-related, most likely drug-related.
Now, mind you, Mustafa's blood has no alcohol and no rugs. Mustafa's toxicology, they tested his blood. No alcohol and no rugs. But you have a police officer, that police officer, he's laughing at Mustafa while he's in a Casey Fines with Prince William County. He's laughing at Mustafa, and he's painting Mustafa saying, this happened because of rugs. And he starts this chain reaction that he steers the investigation in a way where the main investigator, Robert Drum, says, wherever the fuck that guy goes, I want you to follow him. Now you have a whole unit looking at Mustafa like he did this on purpose.
And not only that, but after that comment, Robert Drum begins going around and telling every officer, probably every witness, that Mustafa had meth, which is not true. Mustafa had a prescription for Adderall. You know, to say somebody has meth and Adderall, those are two completely different drugs. Okay, for you to say to other officers, to witnesses, that this guy is methed out, to put out this narrative about Mustafa, okay, that he's using an illegal substance while driving, it's completely untrue. It's a lie. Okay, and that's how they went around and they began telling witnesses who are telling the police. They're telling the police. A witness told the police, I heard brake skid from his vehicle to Mustafa's vehicle. Okay? That statement is nowhere on any witness statements. That statement is nowhere on any of the witness statements. The police actively went to witnesses and changed their statements. I mean, we have a body cam where Robert Drum talks to this witness, and she's telling him, I saw him hit the brake. I saw him hit the brake. And the investigator says, no, that wasn't his skid marks. That wasn't his skid mark. That wasn't him hitting the brake. He never hit the brake. I mean, you're talking to a witness to extract information, but you have Robert Drum in this case actively changing witness statements.
You know, Mohammed, I want to dial back a little bit. Dr. Lara, I think you dropped from being in the box. Let me send you a request.
I think he told you he's going to drop.
Oh, okay. I want to dial back a little bit. And
You have like 9 minutes, by the way.
okay. I want to dial back a little bit and talk about the issue that we have with the media and how the media is actively allowing the Commonwealth Attorney, Amy Ashworth, officers in our county to falsify cases in our county. The media is complicit. The media is not transparent, is only telling the community the narrative of the police department, even when they lie. Now, there's a case that in our county, they arrested. I want to dial back a little bit, and I want to bring it home to, you talked about the supervisors, county supervisors, and how you went to the Board of Supervisors. And who's in charge of the Board of Supervisors? Deshandra Jefferson. Now, where is Deshandra Jefferson from the body cam that's on the internet where the police unalive a black woman? It's on a body cam. Where is this county supervisor? Now, you went to the county supervisors. They told you, we're not touching it. Put it on the internet. As of their job is not to call the Commonwealth Attorney, call the police department, and get to the bottom of the murder of this black woman. Now, you went to the supervisors, and you told them about the falsified police report in the Mustafa Al-Jazari case. And they didn't do anything. Now, let's dial back a little bit and talk about the case out of our county where the Department of Justice, Kash Patel, and Pam Bondi are heavily cracking down on, and they say on the news that we caught one of three leaders, MS-13 gang leaders, that we caught the top leader in this gang, an MS-13 gang member, that we got him. Now, you have the governor, he's on the news. You have one of the county supervisors, he's on the news addressing this issue, congratulating our police department, congratulating our Department of Justice, and says, we got a leader, an MS-13, a gang member, a top leader, and we caught him. Now, where is this county supervisor? He's all over the news, by the way. I want to play this clip real quick.
Crimes in the country. We've taken a high-profile criminal off the streets. Santos was taken into custody on an outstanding immigration warrant. During the search of the home, officials say they found several firearms, ammunition, and 2 suppressors.
I am very ecstatically happy with the performance of today's action, and that is another step in the goal of us in public safety.
Where is this county supervisor? I mean, they want us to believe.
The home,
I mean, this is where I'm having a really hard time believing that one of the top 3 leaders in MS-13 is a 24-year-old. They got themselves a toddler, and they said this is the top leader of the MS-13. You've got the governor, you've got the county supervisor. Terrence Cole is coming out on the news. I mean. And they said that he's been living here in our county, in Delt City, Woodbridge, since he was 13 years old. So you're telling me this top leader has been living in our county since he was 13 years old, and you had no idea? You had to wait for Kash Patel to put on a task force to investigate and catch this individual? Okay, all right. So this is where is this county supervisor from investigating the body cam that's on the internet, on YouTube, for Tatiana David, where the police murdered, unalived, this black woman in cold blood? Where is this county supervisor? He's all over the news. Where is this county supervisor? Where's the governor from the body cams that's all over the internet, the documents from the discovery that's all over the internet, from Mustafa's falsified police reports?
But they have no problem with Elaine filing a injunction to silence you from posting that video. All these government officials are sitting there, okay, with their thumbs up their butt.
They're threatening
looking at this Warren County case about what's going to happen. Is this judge going to silence Amar? Who is this Amar who's posting these crimes by officers, crimes being committed by officers, crimes being committed by jail correctional officers, abuse and torture happening at the Prince William County Jail? All these government officials are looking at Warren County, and they're looking at your injunction case. Is the judge going to silence Amar? Is the judge going to make this man take these videos down? They're looking at.
They're not just watching her. They're enabling her. They're threatening her. They're telling her, if you do not move forward with this injunction against Mustafa, brother, we're coming for your license.
Exactly.
And we're going to remove your bar license.
She's got trial in, Elaine Jarvis has trial in July.
No, June 30th.
June 30th, okay? And, I mean, what a joke. You know, let's be real.
Well,
what a freaking joke. Elaine Jarvis is facing criminal contempt because you posted criminal activity by police. You're exposing criminal activity. I mean, the DOJ should be thanking you for exposing this corruption. They should be coming in just like they did that 24-year-old. They should be going into the county and opening up these files. They should be looking into, why is Casey Fines laughing at a dead body 6 feet away from him? Why are these officers shooting into this vehicle, murdering this woman, and then dragging her body out and then lying to her about the media, in the media?
What I find really disturbing, you got a whole entire task force by Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, and they're not investigating our county jail. We've got multiple unaliving in our county jail.
17 since 2017.
17 since 2017.
17 bodies.
Where is Kash Patel?
Pre-trial detainees, not convicted people. Not convicted people. These are people awaiting trial, but they get tortured to the point where they lose their life at the Prince William County Adult Detention Center. And if any lawyer sues that jail, they're going for her license.
And the governor comes out, the governor, the county supervisor, they act all surprised that this task force captured this gang member. Now, we just released, the Commonwealth Attorney released documents that she cracked down on a stabbing that took place in our county jail. And that stabbing is connected to MS-13 gang members. And we have information that a third individual who committed the stabbing is a correctional officer related with and working with MS-13 members. Where is our governor? Where is this county supervisor? Where is Kash Patel? Where is Pam Bondi? They say they're investigating gang units They're investigating MS-13, and they found themselves a goddamn toddler, a 24-year-old.
I'll tell you something.
Why would they not look in our county jail and the stabbing that's coming out of our county jail that's MS-13 related, and you have correctional officer, jail officers implicate in dealing and associating with MS-13 members?
You know, to add to that, when Juan Campos was reported dead on the media,
You're talking about the 18-year-old that was found unresponsive? Yeah.
after 7 days of being held at the Prince William County Jail, the media said that the jail is saying that this kid overdosed. If he's been there for 7 days, how are you getting drugs into your jail? Unless correctional officers are bringing it in.
So you have correctional officers. They're bringing in drugs. They are complicit in stabbing and coordinating an attack on an inmate that's associated with an MS-13 gang members.
I mean, we know that the jail officers take Cash App to move things in. We
Why?
know that for a fact because that one kid said he was writing how this jail operates, how these correctional officers get money to bring stuff in, and the next morning,
a task force came in.
correctional officers raided his cell, took his notebook that he was just about to mail out. They took his notebook the very next morning, early in the morning, because the night before he was saying he was writing down which officers and how they were transferring money around through Cash App to different jail officers to move drugs around.
Kash Patel with the Department of Justice. Why isn't he putting out a subpoena to investigate, putting a subpoena for the cash apps for the jail officers? I think if he were to put a subpoena for the cash apps for the jail officers, he's gonna find a lot of drug-related and gang-related activities that's associated with MS-13. Is he not cracking down on MS-13 members in our community? If he is, look no further, sir. Look into our county jail and look at what the jail officers are doing.
Then we gotta wrap it up.
Before we wrap this up, I want to touch base on what Pandak says in court. You want to talk about that with the media? I mean, or is that going to open another can of worms? Let's leave that to
leave it to another
podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Talar, thank you thank you for being back here. It's always good to have you and have you part of the conversation. We're gonna wrap this up. We have a visit with Mustafa in a little bit. So before we end this podcast, you want to say anything?
Thank you everyone for being here, and we look forward to having you again.
Dr. Talar, do you want to say anything before we end this podcast?
ربي يحفظكم ربي يحفظكم.
Allah يسلمك استاذ نسألك الدعاء. I want to thank everybody that's here. Keep us in your prayers. Thank you for being part of this podcast. This is not another boring podcast. Mustafa through the police body cam. Judge Carol Weimer under the microscope.
Justice for Mustafa Al-Jazairi.
You know, I wanted to say something really quick.
You want to? Okay. All right. Yes, sir.
What Pam Bondi and Kash Patel said the other day in their news conference is that you don't need to come up with new laws. The laws on the books are good enough, but we just need someone to follow them. You know, to emphasize on that point, the laws are already there. You know what this jail facility is doing, what these officers have committed. There's already laws on the books. We're not asking to recreate the wheel here. We're asking for the current laws to be followed. When police tamper with evidence, they need to be punished. When police tamper with evidence, when they falsify under oath, when they perjure themselves, we're asking for the laws to be followed. We're not asking for special treatment. We're just simply asking for the laws to be followed.
They need to be held
And what we're
accountable.
saying here is not just our opinion. This is backed by video, body cam, reports. Everything we say here is backed by evidence, hard evidence that is indisputable. That's all I have to say.
And I think he kept on repeating a statement. If you allow good police officer to be good,
To do good
police,
policing.
Thank you. God
I think
bless.
there's a reason.
Good police officers
For supporting
to do
the
good
truth.
policing. Okay? He said it maybe like 7 or 8 times. if you allow good policing, good police officers to do good policing. Okay, so we need to get rid of the bad apples and make sure that the police department is doing their job, ensuring the safety of the community. And people like Robert Drum, Chad Mason, Investigator Davis, who are really, they're a gang within the police department. Okay, they're a clique. And they think that they're gonna cover each other's backs. And the Commonwealth Attorney, when they fuck up so bad, that she's just gonna seal it off for them. Okay, we're here to tell them that the laws will be followed. This is America, that the Constitution still stands, and Mustafa and those who lost their lives still get due process. We're going to make sure of that.
And I want to remind everybody, every time we are here on this podcast, we remind everybody to pedal back a little bit and remind everybody that we're not telling this community that every police officer is bad. The majority of police, they take care of this community. They put their life on the line every single day. You have Prince William County Police Department. You have Manassas Police. You have our deputy sheriffs, our jail officers. The majority, they take care of this community and put their life on the line every single day. But we have certain police officers that are committing crimes under the color of the law. And we have files on these police officers. And the Department of Justice, under Kash Patel, has a job to do. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for being on this podcast. This is not another boring podcast. Mustafa through the police body cams. Judge Carol Weimer under the microscope.